get started then. I think we'll start our practice from our back body. So if you want to make your way down to the floor. And as always, in Shavasana, it's completely up to you. If you want to have a bend in your knees, that's great. If you like to have your legs extended, that's good too. And we'll begin to do our initial check-in here. So just starting to feel the breath in the body. Beginning to relax and soften. Bones, our muscles, our skin. Just feeling your belly rise and fall. And from here, we'll start to wake up our neck, just beginning to roll your head side to side. Looking as far over to the left and right as you feel comfortable to go. If that puts grass in your ears like it did me, you can bring your hands behind your head. And coming back to center, let's heel toe our feet about mat distance apart, and we're going to drop our knees over to the left. We should start to feel a stretch on the outside of the right leg. If we'd like to deepen that stretch, you can take your left foot on top of your right knee. If that's more of a stretch than you're looking for, just keep that foot off of the knee. And once again, we just want to keep that same meditative attention with us through our practice. So we're feeling the breath and the body, doing our best to relax. And if we do have that foot up on the right knee, let's remove it. And we're going to do this on the opposite side. So take your knees up and over to the right. And this time, if you want to deepen the stretch, the right foot can go on top of the left knee. Again, you don't have to do that. But if you like the deeper stretch, go for it. Muscles start to soften and release. And turn your attention. Just one more deep inhalation and really relaxed exhalation. And if we do have the foot on top of the knee, let's remove it. Again, our knees will come back up to center, and we'll just do a few windshield wipers side to side, massaging the low back, bringing our spine back to a neutral position. And then coasting to a stop. Let's bring our arms down by our sides, our palms facing the floor. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you, and when you're ready, let's inhale our hips as high as we can. Really push the floor away, take a deep inhalation. And as we exhale, start to lower back down. One more time, windshield wiper your knees. And then coasting to a stop, let's take our feet hip distance apart. Our left ankle is going to go onto our right knee, and we're going to give a gentle pressure. Try to push your knee forward. And starting to relax that pressure, taking that ankle off of the knee. We'll do that on the opposite side. This time the right ankle goes to the left knee. And again, we're pushing the knee kind of down towards the floor. Breathe into it. And then relaxing the pressure on that leg. Once again, we'll remove the ankle off of the knee. Let's bring the soles of our feet together and in towards our sit bones. Let your knees relax out to the side. And we can do this in a relaxed way if that feels good. Just soften down towards the floor. But if it feels good, we could even, if we want to turn this into a strengthening posture, we could even push the edges of our feet down into the floor and lift your hips. So it's completely up to you which variation of that you want to do. Don't feel like you have to do the active posture if that's not comfortable. Still breathe. As we take our next exhalation, if we do have our hips lifted, let's exhale them down to the floor. We're all going to unwind our legs, start to extend the legs straight out. Take your arms overhead with a big wake up stretch. Inhale really deep. It might feel good to make some ankle rotations or other movements. And then exhale, knees into the chest, hug them in, rock side to side. Just giving the rest of our back body a massage. And then coasting to a stop. Let's take knee down twist. Bring your arms out to the side in a big letter T. We'll drop our knees over to the left side first and look out towards the right if that feels okay on your neck. It might even feel good to take your legs straight out to the side. If you want to try that, go for it. Completely up to you. Just relax. Feel your breath. Let's take one more really deep inhalation. Try to fill your torso as much as you possibly can. And then exhale through the mouth. Our legs begin to travel up and over to the opposite side. Take your time to adjust. If it felt good to have the bend in your knees, keep it there. If it felt good to have your legs extended all the way out, that's good too. If it feels okay on your neck, look out towards the left. And just like the opposite side, take a deep inhale, fill your whole body. And then take a sigh out. Knees coming back into the chest. Again, we'll hug them in, start to rock side to side. Again, this just brings our spine back to a neutral position and gives us a back massage as well. And then coasting to a stop. One more time, let's take that same bridge posture. Bring your feet back down to the floor by your sit bones. Our shoulders tuck underneath us, palms facing the floor. And with an inhalation, let's round up through our spine, really push the ground away from you. And then exhale, rolling back down, windshield wiper the knees. And then coasting to a stop, let's twist again. But this time, we'll extend the right leg out, bring the left knee in towards the chest, our arms go back out into a big letter T, and we're just gonna cross this left leg over to the right side. But once again, if it feels okay on your neck, you could even look out towards the left, but if that's too much, don't do it. Just breathe and let go. Just like we did in our previous twist, inhale as deep as you possibly can. And exhale through the mouth. And then switching sides, starting to unwind onto the back body. And this time, the right knee comes up into the chest, and we'll cross it over to the left side, looking out towards the right if that feels okay. Just melt into the floor. One more really, really deep breath. And an exhale through the mouth. Once again, we'll start to unwind, bringing your feet into your sit bones so we can take that bridge posture one more time. Tuck your shoulder blades. And when you're ready, inhale, lift your hips. Resisting the floor. And then exhale. Once again, we lower back down, take a few more windshield wipers side to side. And then coasting to a stop. So this next one is really going to depend on our flexibility through the hamstrings and back body. To start with, let's keep a bend in the right leg. We're going to reach and grab a hold of your big left toe with your peace fingers or your index and middle finger. And if we can, we're going to start to straighten that leg. If we're even more flexible than that, we might start to extend the right leg out to the floor. Your right arm will probably want to go straight out to the side. So again, it's completely up to you. Some folks might find it a little better to hold on with both hands. This would be a good opportunity to have a belt over your foot as well. If we can't quite reach. And as we exhale, start to release. Let's do that on the opposite side. We're taking 5 breaths into it. So again, if we don't get the leg all the way extended or the bottom leg all the way out to the floor, it's really not a big deal. Just as far as we feel comfortable to go. Take one more inhalation. Exhale, start to release. Again, let's windshield wiper our hip side to side. And one last time, bridge pose. Tucking the shoulders. When you're ready, inhale up. And then exhale, lower down. Let's rock ourselves or make whatever movements we need to come all the way up to seated. And we'll make our way into deer posture. So let's start with our left leg in front. Our right leg is at an angle off to the side. And we'll walk ourselves straight forward over the left leg. If we want to, we can start to move ourselves closer towards the foot. That's gonna deepen or change the stretch a little bit, I think is more accurate. So you can do that if you'd like to, but you certainly don't have to. Now, if this is as deep of a hip opening stretch as we want to be in, just continue to let yourself relax and soften here. This is an opportunity if anybody wants to move into pigeon posture. We can breathe ourselves up, shift your upper body forward, and heel toe your right leg in a straight line behind you. So this forward shin is kind of moving towards being horizontal in front of you. You probably won't get all the way there. Don't force yourself into that if it's not comfortable. And then relax forward again over the left leg. We're sending our inhalations into the left hip and relaxing as we exhale. And when this next exhalation is ended, our hands come under our shoulders. We'll start to lift ourselves up. We'll do both of those on the opposite side. So we're just going to shift ourselves over to the left hip. Our right leg sweeps forward. The left leg sweeps off to the side for deer pose. Again, if we want to make our way closer to the foot, that's going to change the stretch a little bit. You can do that or not. And relaxing forward over the right leg. For those who might care to move into pigeon posture, once again, we're going to shift our upper body forward and then heel toe the left leg straight behind us. You might need to shift back a little ways through the hips too. And I should have said this on the opposite side, but I didn't. One thing we want to be mindful of is if we feel our right hip over here towards the floor, we don't want that. We want our hips to be parallel to the ground. And then relax forward. One more breath to fill the right hip. And then hands come underneath the shoulders, starting to lift up no matter which posture we're in. And if we are still, I can't see who's in deer pose, so if anyone is in deer pose, you might have to make some different movements than this to get there, but we're going to make our way to down dog. So if we're in pigeon, we're just going to tuck our back toes under, lift up and unwind into our down dog position. And it might feel good to just be still here. If it feels best to shift and move a little bit, maybe shake your head like you're saying no. Anything else, go for it. And as we exhale, let's walk ourselves back to a forward fold. This is another one of those postures. If it feels good to make movements, you certainly can. Pedal your legs, swing your upper body, shake your head, whatever feels good. But if we'd rather just soften forward at center, that's good too. If we're tight through the low back and hamstrings, allow your knees to bend. still breathing. Just one more really deep breath into your upper back and shoulders, or really wherever you feel the most tension in your body right now. And then we'll kind of turn this into a gentle flow. So as we inhale, let's look in front of us. As we exhale, hold. Inhale, bend your knees, round up through your spine, arms sweep up overhead. And then exhale, hands to the heart space. Again, breathe up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Let's do two more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward in jackknife position. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Again, breathe up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, let's pause in our forward fold. And we'll turn this into our side stretch. We're going to walk our hands over to the left, look out underneath the right arm, breathe into your right side. And even if our hands don't all come all the way to the floor, it's not a big deal. Just kind of rotate your elbow out so you can look out underneath that. And exhale over to the opposite side. Again, I think it's helpful to actually turn the elbow out in front, and that helps us to look out underneath and get a deeper stretch to the side body. So this time, 5 deep breaths into the left side. As we exhale, shifting ourselves back to center, let's inhale our right leg straight up to the ceiling as high as we can, fold forward. And then exhale, release. We'll do that on the opposite side. Inhale the left leg straight up to the ceiling, bringing your nose towards your knee as high as you can, lift. And then exhale, take that foot back down to the floor. Our right leg is going to step back. This isn't actually a giant step behind us. We're keeping the left leg pretty close to straight. You probably don't want to lock your knee. So we'll keep a slight bend here and relax forward over the left leg. The one thing to be mindful of is we want to keep our hips facing straight forward. If we need to put a bend in our forward knee to do this, let's go ahead. We're going to walk our hands a little bit forward, and one more time, we're going to take the right leg up to the ceiling as high as we can, folding forward. Inhale deep. And exhale, step your feet together. Let's do all that on the opposite side. So this time the left foot is going to step back, and we're going to fold over the right leg. Again, it's probably not so great to have your knee completely locked back, so just that little baby bend. And once again, put a little deeper bend in the forward leg. Walk yourself forward enough that you can sweep the left leg straight up to the ceiling. Inhale deep. Exhale, release, forward fold. And then putting a bend in both legs. Inhale, round up through your spine. One more time, arms overhead, big wake up stretch. And a deep inhalation. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Does anyone have the time?
1:10.
What is it?
1:10.
Is it? Okay. So I think everyone right now is probably at the back of their mats. We're going to step forward to the top and make our way into triangle postures. I am going to scoot back a ways for this one, so if you can't hear me, just follow along. So if we're standing at the top of our mat here, we're going to take a pretty big step back through the right leg. Not as huge and wide as you possibly can, but pretty deep. And we want to take a second to adjust our posture. So if we can imagine our heels are in one line, this forward foot is pointing straight out in front of us, and the back foot is turned in. Our arms come to a big letter T. We'll reach out in front of us as far as we can, and then tip over into triangle pose. Gently press your feet down into the floor. Breathe into your side. Taking one more deep inhalation. And then exhale, this top arm comes down to the floor. We're going to put a bend in the forward leg, spin the back heel up, and then step back up to the top of the mat. Folding with an exhalation, rising with an inhalation. Arms overhead. And then exhale, hands to the heart space. And we'll do all that on the opposite side. So again, we're starting at the top of our mat. If we somehow manage to not end up there, this time we're taking a big step back through the left foot. And when we do this again, we want to keep our the front foot forward and the back foot turned in. Our arms come to a big letter T, really reach out and then tip over. If we can look up towards the ceiling without it being too crazy of a balance, go for it. If it is too crazy of a balance, just skip that. If you're standing on a hill like me, it definitely becomes one. Last breath in. This time as we exhale, we'll take our hand down to the floor, but we're going to walk ourselves to center so we can take a wide leg split. We'll heel toe out as far as we feel comfortable to go. Our feet are both turned inward slightly for this posture. And then relax down to the floor. This is another one. We want to keep that micro bend in our knees. So don't feel like you need to lock your knees straight back. Just let them little bend. And then lifting ourselves to a flat back. Let's move into a squat position. Heel toe in enough that you can comfortably drop down. So that's probably going to be about hip distance apart. If it feels okay to bring your hands to prayer, go for it. If you're more on the balls of your feet, that's okay. But if that makes this a crazy balance to bring your hands to prayer, don't do it. Just keep your hands down to the floor. We're filling our lower torso with breath. And when this next exhalation is ended, one more time, we're going to move into our wide leg split for 5 more breaths. So relax the hands to the floor, lift your seat. One more time, we'll heel toe out as far as you feel comfortable to go. Maybe it's a little, maybe it's a lot. Our feet turn inward and relax forward. Next breath in, let's take another flat back. We're going to turn our right heel in towards the floor, in towards center. So our right heel turns in, and then walk yourself over to the right side. Your left toes are going to pop up towards the ceiling. And then breathing ourselves up and over to the left. This time your right toes are going to pop up. and shifting ourselves back up to center. We're just going to turn ourselves so we're facing the top of the mat once again, and then step back to down dog. Relaxing our knees down to the floor, child's pose. Sink your seat back. Our knees go about mat distance apart and relax forward. And then moving into Sphinx pose, lifting up onto your hands and knees. We walk ourselves all the way forward onto our elbows and forearms. As always, if we want to deepen the back bend a little bit, you can put a bend in both knees and maybe even push your hands into the floor so your elbows lift off the ground. None of that is necessary. It's only if you feel comfortable to do so. Staying lifted out of our shoulders in this posture. As we feel ourselves sinking down, let's lift up. And releasing the feet back down to the floor if we do have them lifted, lowering the elbows if we have them lifted. Hands come under the shoulders, thread the needle. So let's sink your seat back again. Knees are hip distance apart. Our left arm stays extended and the right arm comes underneath, lowering to the shoulder. Our palm is facing up. And then switching sides, lifting up and unwinding. The right arm extends out, the left arm goes underneath. Relaxing to the shoulder. And again, breathing in, lifting up, unwinding. We're going to bring our knees hip distance apart and lift up on both knees for one deep inhalation in camel pose. So tucking your toes, hands come to the low back, fingertips facing forward, facing down towards the ground. And as we inhale, our hips push forward. We're lifting through the chest, only dropping your head back if it feels okay on your neck. And exhale, release, hands to the floor. Let's do some cat and cow. As we inhale, we'll drop the stomach down, exaggerate the arch in your spine. Exhale, round up through your back body, just moving back and forth at your own pace. If there's other movements you want to make, to shift and move, feel into yourself, go for it. Lynn, would you be kind enough to tell me where we're at again on time?
1:25.
Excellent. And beginning to coast to a stop, I will invite you to make your way into whatever final resting position you would like to be in for your practice. As always, we can just be in Shavasana, laying flat on our back body with our shoulder blades tucked. But of course, feel free if anyone wants to do legs up the wall or some other posture with using our blocks or anything else. Please allow yourself to do that. If we are in Shavasana, we want our spine to be long, our legs to be long, our shoulder blades are tucked, and our palms facing up. Remembering this is still one of our postures and just as important as any of the other ones. So still feeling the breath, the body, and your muscles relax. our breath. Maybe making some ankle rotations or other movements with the hands and feet. Followed by a big wake up stretch, extending the arms overhead. Inhale deep as we reach. And then taking our time to come up to a seated meditation posture, whether that's on your knees or on your seat. It doesn't really matter. We do want to bring a gentle lift through our spine and our hands to our heart space, holding that final moment of gratitude for yourself, everyone who joined us for practice today, and remembering that the most important part of this is to take that same attention with us throughout our day. So as always, thank you guys. Namaste.